Next term is arboriculture. Now, unlike the other two terms that we have covered, this is not related to some current development or recent development. This is a very fairly standard term which has been in news in general time to time due to some of the government policies or government declarations. Otherwise, there is nothing very special about it which makes it important. So, in general, you can consider it to be one of those 15 terms that is there in the list of the different cultures in India. So, there are a number of cultures, not only in India, in world over, in fact. So, for example, pisciculture, for example, in this we have mentioned vermiculture, aviculture, okay, sericulture. So, there are so many different cultures. So, among them, arboriculture is also one of the entry. And you need to remember all these entries. Now, if we talk about the term, we just need to remember the meaning and what it is related to and some of the impact. So, arboriculture is basically the study of the trees, shrubs, ornamental and decorative trees, plants, vines, vines, okay, bales. So, those kind of plants, trees, etc., which are used for decorative purposes. People use them for their houses, offices use them for landscaping, government use them for landscaping in public projects. Okay, so in those areas, how that landscaping is not just for the beauty purpose, but also to reduce the noise, to absorb the pollution, to improve the temperature conditions, to give people certain areas to sit under shade, and it can in general also give a lot of other benefits. So it is not just for the beauty. There are a lot of extra practical aspects to the arboriculture. So that is the context to arboriculture. So now Indian government has given a lot of boost to arboriculture under the new horticulture mission. So that was the context, but this is relatively an older news, around 2015 that was there. But in general, question can always be asked on any of the cultures. So you need to remember all those different cultures. And when we do all the terminologies in the batch, we cover all of these. Okay, so you need to remember the environmental dimension. You need to remember that it is about decorative trees, bush, okay, in the urban, semi-urban settings. And then there can be certain other terms related to it. For example, there is a term called amenity trees. Okay, for example, there is a term called Miyawaki forest, which is a German concept. So there are many such terms which are related to it, and it can be very useful in preventing the development of urban heat islands. So in all these contexts, UPSC can ask you that which of the following is useful to combat the problem of urban heat island. In that, they can ask you this, okay, which can help you in combating the carbon footprints or environmental degradation. In that also, it can be very helpful, which can improve landscaping. In that context also, it is helpful, but it is a broader part of the horticulture. Okay, it is part of the horticulture. It is a sub branch. In that context also, they can ask you. So I've given you 4 or 5 directions in which they can take you in the question: definition, the meaning itself, or what it is related to. So I hope you have been able to understand this term and also understand how different questions are possible on it. Similarly, when we do other terms, we will discuss vermiculture, aviculture, agroforestry, all of them.